Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. How should I put it? Sometimes don't like to use foul language, curses, and so on. But sometimes I think it's necessary to overemphasize or overemphasize the situation or your statements, or to let the other person know that you are at the verge of a different dimension, that is, back the fuck up. So sometimes I do that with the intention of creating a little bit of drama. So I let the other person on the other side that, I can just pretend I have no problem and don't show it. I'm trained. I know how to do that. But if I do that, you will not realize that, it's time for you to back off. So instead of just saying, you know what, I think you would need to back off. Instead of saying, back the fuck off. It's a different story. So sometimes, as you know, you use this kind of expressions and words, ugly as they are, to overemphasize, to put something on the message. So we have obviously senators, we have House representatives, and sometimes they use this kind of words, sometimes indiscriminately, and I don't like that. But it's not for me to like it, it's for them to make sure that they, in their assessment, they are able to convey their message. I have here an instance where we have Lord Cameron, or of Great Britain, a guy, a weasel, start with that one, who's thinking that he can go and lecture other countries. And that's a common practice for the good countries. Unfortunately, Cameron tells the Americans how to run and how to vote. So he's just trying to use all kind of cheap shots, cheap, how do you call those, images, symbols from the past to make people feel ashamed of themselves, therefore do what they want you to do. So like, for instance, hey, don't be like Stalin now. Oh, I don't want to be like Stalin, therefore I will do what you say, so you don't call me Stalin. Now, that's childish behavior. So let me show you. I have a video, or maybe two, where we have a American House representative who's going to tell Lord Cameron to kiss my ass, or something like that, along that line. Now you can say, well, that's rude. Well, it is rude. It's meant to be. That means back the fuck up, Lord Cameron. Remember, you're Lord in your little country over there. Here, you're just a citizen, or not even. So let's look at this thing. So how did it start? Cameron, the Telegraph, tells US, don't repeat the weakness that was displayed against Hitler. So he tries to make people feel guilty if they don't vote the way he wants them to vote regarding that aid to those countries. Now he says that to the US, and we have the answer from a brave woman. There she is. You recognize her? Exactly. So she's Marjorie Greene. It says, Republican tells Lord Cameron to kiss, and I'm quoting, kiss my after Hitler remarks. And we have her here talking about being asked, and obviously she's not going to hold back and tell these guys what he needs to hear. Before I do that, I gotta tell you this. When I was studying Zen Buddhism and trying to understand all those techniques of fighting and how to blah blah blah, I read a lot of koans. The koans are some Zen Buddhist little short stories with a meaning that you have to find a meaning. Like, what's the sound of a one-hand clap? What's the sound? And you go, what the fuck is it? Okay. So the same, it was this when he was a samurai. A samurai came to his master and he said, well, I'm a samurai. How should I fight with a thief? Should I always fight as a samurai with honor, fair, straight? And the master told him, well, with a samurai, you fight like a samurai. With the thief, you fight like a thief. So when you have here Marjorie Greene, Taylor Green, calling this guy that way, her answers is tailored to this thief, this Lord Cameron moralizer. So let me show you this. Ready? Let's put it to the maximum, see what we can Here. Ready, set, go, I guess.
I really don't care what David Cameron has to say. I think that's rude name calling, and I don't appreciate that type of language. And David Cameron needs to worry about his own country, and frankly, he can kiss my.
But do you think Putin's the good guy in all this?
Well, Did you hear what was the question was? Do you think Putin is the good guy? Is this kindergarten? This is the level. That's why when Putin was interviewed by Tucker Carlson, this guy said, "What the hell was that?" Well, Putin did not fall into, do you think Putin is a bad guy? Yeah. Do you support Israel? Yes. Do you think it has the right to self-defense? Yes. A certain answer need context, and I cannot answer like yes, no, ooh, ah, eh. Well, this is how these guys try to frame their interviews, like baboons. Low level, infantile. Don't allow that to happen. How did the interview between Tucker Carlson and Putin start? With a history lesson, with a context. Putin did not allow Tucker to dictate. He said, no. We're going to have a serious conversation here, or we're going to have a like your garbage across the Atlantic. And what the guy says, well, say it, go, shoot, I'm here, I got my chance. And Putin, every time Putin gave an answer to one of Tucker Carlson's questions, remember, he put it in a context. It was not like, yes, no, yeah, ooh, I support, don't, hate, ooh. This is what these guys train us to answer like. It's a yes or no. No, it's not. You frame it that way. I'm a little bit more thoughtful than that. I did that to many of my, and I didn't like it. No. You don't frame the question. You can frame the question. I frame the answer. You don't like my answer, that's your problem. But this is my answer. You want to know my answer? Okay, you're not going to hear it a yes or no. If that's what you expect, move on. Fuck off. So that's one. And it's another video here. I think is the same one. But let's see if this is the same video with the same content.
Well, you likened you to an appeaser to Hitler. Are you?
That's rude name calling, and I don't appreciate that type of language. And David Cameron needs to worry about his own country, and frankly, he can kiss my ass.
Oh, this was not censored. I apologize. I don't apologize for shit. If that's the way she wants to convey her message, that's good. Hey, the Hitler, the blah 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 blah. Remember, who said this? Who said this? Oh, I know exactly who said that, but I can't. Well, I will tell you. Kevin McDonald, that's Professor, Dr. Kevin McDonald. He said these guys like to start history only when they like it, and usually they like to start with the Second World War. That's how far they go back. That's it. They have a few locations, and that's where they start. I think it was Kevin McDonald. But nevertheless, here it is. Mind your own business. Go to your little thing that you're destroying, which is Great Britain. You are destroyed, my friends. Go and see how your country is destroyed over there, and you are in charge of it, and you are responsible for it because you were a prime minister for some time over there, if I remember correctly. All right? But now you don't take any responsibility. Accountability? Lack of, my friends, lack of. I tell you this. Remember that guy Adolf that these guys are talking and so on? One of the reasons he stated numerous times he did not want to attack Great Britain or England per se was because he respected their culture. He respected the British people. He said, no, the Brits are like nobility. They are refined, sophisticated, like the German, like a Deutsch. Well, you can say whatever you want about that one, but nevertheless, he didn't. Now these guys are always trying to, where is Great Britain right now? Look what they got. Lord Cameron. They got lazy lizard Truss. They got Sunak. They got Boris Johnson. They got Tony Blair. These are your guys. You have Nigel Farage. Yes, you got the other one. I can't remember how his name is. Moss, something like this. Tall guy, glasses, long face. I like that guy. I tell you that one. I can't. Let me. You got George. You got George Galloway. Yeah, you got that guy. Communist as it is, but he is feisty and smart. I like him. And he's not giving you impressions. He tells you what he is. straight shooter. And not only, there's a few that I like over there in Great Britain in the political arena, but we can't even talk about those ones. And they're not the good ones, they are the bad ones. Why? Because what they call, and they want us to call them the bad ones, actually are the good ones. Unfortunately, that's the way we have to say. Oh, Trump is the bad one. Actually, Trump is the good one. These guys who are the good ones actually are the bad ones. Things are upside down. Now, that tells you what society we live here in Great Britain, France, Germany, and Western Europe. And in Eastern Europe is just a vassal state that follows this imbecile's lead. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.